newest episode of the Happiness Diaries. Today is Tuesday, October 5th. I am 5 days into Sober October and I am just feeling fantastic. I am just so excited about life. My energy is so high and I just have so much clarity, and I just feel like things are clicking in ways that they never have before, specifically spiritually. And I'm just really discovering the divinity within me, the power within me. I am manifesting, and I just have no doubt that my manifestations are going to come true. And I've just been doing so much thinking about the path that I've been on to get to this point in my life, and growing up very religious Christian and now identifying more as spiritual, and what that transition has been for me. And I feel like the disconnect where things just never really clicked when I was a Christian with really what spirituality and what the universe and the power within us is that I feel like the church, or at least my experience in the Christian church, did two things that I think kept me from fully understanding the power of the universe. One was the personification of God as God the Father, as this person-like being, and now understanding that it's an energy and not a person. And so I feel like so many people are like, if there's a God, then why does the world look the way it does? The world is pretty much literally on fire, and there's just so much brokenness within it. And so the idea of somebody looking down on it and not intervening and not stepping in, it's really hard to comprehend, But now understanding that God is love is an energy. It is the energy that we have to connect to. It's supernatural. It literally defeats all other energies. Brings the light into the darkness, it brings in healing, it moves mountains. And now I see that for so long I struggled with depression, anxiety, fear, shame, and that's the enemy. That's the spiritual warfare that I just didn't quite understand how to fight against. I was believing in God and had faith, but the second thing that I think the Christian church didn't do well communicating is the church preaches a lot about how we are not God. When I'm now learning, no, we all are God. We are all divine beings. We have the Holy Spirit. We have a spirit, a soul within us that is so powerful that it can literally fight against our negative thoughts. It can fight against our physical disease. It is beyond time and space and circumstances. And so now understanding my own divinity and my own ability to fight against these chains and these cycles that I've been stuck in for so long of just negativity and shame and depression and anxiety and fear, I am just feeling so confident in my ability to finally overcome these things. And I now understand that in some aspects I am God just as much as everybody around me is. It's not this arrogance of I'm God. It's this holy moly, I am God. I am the universe. That this universal energy that is me is also everything around me. It's this oneness, and understanding that is it's phenomenal. It is just giving me clarity in life that I had so much longed for while I was still in church. I knew there was something disconnected from what I believed and what I was experiencing, and I didn't know how to quite connect it all. And now I really feel like I do. Right now, I am really manifesting my healing. I, really have no doubt that I will be healed. My vision will be restored because I am manifesting it with the divine power and energy that is within me. And so I go to the eye doctor in a month, I believe, next month or maybe the month after, and that appointment is a ton of vision testing. And I believe that when I go, my vision will be tested to show an improvement, because miracles do happen. I understand now how the impossible becomes possible. It's literally through quantum physics. It's through energy. It's through creating and manifesting the reality that you want by claiming it now and then allowing the timing and everything else to unfold before you. And so I am just feeling really good. It's day 5 and I already am just amazed. And in the past even stringing 5 days of sobriety was difficult for me, and just because of the habits and the patterns that I was stuck in. And it has literally been so easy for me because I am just on a high of its own, to be honest. Like, I am just so stoked and so hyped and just feeling good. I do have a bunch of fall decorations that I brought back from my mom's house, so I'm going to spend some time decorating for fall and getting the spooky vibes, the fall vibes all set up in my apartment. I just finished decorating, so here are the spooky updates. So I hung this garland between my two lights. It's not exactly even, but it's close enough. I have this corner, those pumpkins and that Halloween wine bottle and that candle have been there, but I added that sign. I'm going to put candy in that bowl. I have that pumpkin. I added decorations up top on my cabinets. They're not really Halloween, they're more for just year-round always. I think that they look good up there. I put this fall plant there. I got some pumpkins here, and then I added some spooky decor here. I have a pumpkin and some fall stuff. So overall, I'm actually really pleased with how it all looks in my apartment, and all of this stuff was from my mom's house, so I didn't have to pay for it, which is even better, and I just love it. It's looking so festive. The coolest thing just happened, and it's kind of a long story, so I'll try to tell it relatively quickly. But a while back, I woke up one morning and there were like so many birds flying outside the window, to the point where I almost took a video of it because I was like, what is out there? Like, why are there so many birds? It almost looked like they were like playing with each other and just like flying all around the window. Like, it was chaotic and there was just a ton of them, and it grabbed my attention. And then that day I received a tarot card reading from somebody on TikTok, and they began their reading with, I'm getting a visual of a ton of birds, a lot of birds, free as a bird. And I instantly remembered that I had seen so many birds just that morning and took it as, you know, a sign from the universe. And I have always had a phobia of birds. Like, they give me so much anxiety, and I get really freaked out, like when I'm at a beach or when there's a bunch of chickens, or like literally any and all birds just freak me out. And lately I've been thinking about how a flock of birds has become now one of my signs from the universe, because I'm trying to now face all of my fears, and on the other side of fear is freedom. And so when I see birds, I really see it as a symbol of freedom, because not only is it overcoming one of my personal fears, but again, free as a bird, they, you know, flying all around. Like, what is freer than a bird? And so I just went outside to meditate because my energy was just a little off, and I just wanted to ground myself. And while I was sitting there meditating on my balcony, there was just a flock of birds flying around, and it just was a reminder to me. It was a sign from the universe that, like, everything is okay. I'm trusting in the universe and it has my back. And it was just a really cool moment, because I saw a bird and I saw a couple flying by, and then thought to myself, like, okay, universe, like, show me like a flock, like a bunch of birds. And then just a bunch started to fly around the buildings, and I have not seen that since living here and sitting on my balcony. And so it just was such a cool moment. Good morning. Today there's a new moon that is occurring during sunrise, which is in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to get my shoes on, head out the door, and go outside, watch the sunrise, journal, and manifest all of the new things so that I can take advantage of this energy that is occurring this morning. We are back at it again in the kitchen, cooking up some lunch. I just got done working out. I'm gonna make some cheese and egg quesadilla-like things, because I need to use up my eggs and tortillas. So that's what we're doing. Let me see, which burner do I need? This is the problem with being visually impaired, is I have to like lean over so close to get to the stove so that I can actually see what's what. But I'm starting, like, the more I cook, the more I can memorize obviously which switches and which buttons do what. But because it's still a fairly new oven to me, I literally am like leaning so into it. So Don't mind me, it's not like it's some kind of like hazard or anything to lean over a hot stove. Okay. So add some cheese. And then we'll put our eggs in. And I only have 3 tortillas, so I'm just gonna like fold them in half to do more like foldovers than like quesadillas. While I was working out, I did an inner child meditation, and it was just so powerful. I feel like I wasn't aware of how many of my subconscious belief systems about myself really do stem from my early experiences in life. And so having to go back and reframe them and really just heal that inner child that, you know, especially being diagnosed with glaucoma at 8 years old and not having the capacity to understand and process what was actually happening, what it actually meant for the rest of my life, and not knowing what these next almost 20 years have been. It's really powerful to go back and like give that little girl a hug and be like, you are so brave. Like the fact, I still can't believe that I was able to walk through that. And I know that that version of me did it with such bravery and such faith. And I don't think that I would even handle it nearly the same way. Like now, if I had to go through that whole experience again, I'm like, I feel like I would just freak out and be negative, and like I just am so proud of her. And so that was just a really cool way to, it was just a really cool meditation that I did today. And now I'm really excited to eat lunch. After this, I'm going to write my poem for the day, and then I will have reached all of my goals of meditating, working out, and writing poetry every single day. So that's awesome. We're just coasting on that new moon energy all day. Also, I honestly, I was hearing that the new moon was supposed to be, I think, at its peak during sunrise, but it was so cloudy this morning, like I couldn't see the sun or the moon. But I am confused because, I mean, I'm assuming the moon was out all night, so I don't really know why sunrise was so important, but you know, I am someone who just believes everything I read and hear on the internet, so I thought it was worth getting up, sitting outside, and doing some journaling about what new things I want to bring into this season of my life. I just picked up my newest Amazon package, and it was this bench. I really am trying to add some color, so I have that navy blue bench. I think I like it there for now. I might rearrange some of my furniture and move the love seat on this side and put the bench against the window. I'm not really sure, but I think I like it here for now just to fill in this space. And then hopefully once I hang my navy blue curtains, which I got the curtain rod also in the mail just now, I'm hoping it'll all kind of start to tie in these blue colors that can pull from the rug. I have therapy tomorrow, so I'm going to be working on my workbook that I've been doing. So this week it is family systems and memories, beliefs, and life stages. I'm excited because this week I'll actually be going into her office to meet with her. The past few sessions have been virtual, so it'll just be nice to finally be face to face. So I'm going to fill that out, pack a bag, and I'm spending the night at my mom's house because Gus has to go to the doctor tomorrow to get his teeth cleaned and some pulled out. And so we're just going to stay the night there so that we're closer to the hospital tomorrow morning. And I am going to finish editing this video, so I'm going to end it here. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If it resonated with you, please subscribe, leave a comment, start some conversation, and I will see you guys in my next video.